and a concern for many of us to consider, and it may have even crossed your mind, technology and the impact it's having on our eyes. Have you ever thought about it? Technology plays such a big role in your everyday life. It seems like we're always looking at a screen, whether it's the home computer, the computer at work, maybe a tablet, maybe a smartphone, maybe even a TV. Dr. Catherine Miller is a doctor of optometry with Chesapeake Eye Center with locations in Berlin, Millsboro, and Salisbury. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
This really isn't something new. I remember growing up when my parents told me to back up from the TV. This has been a problem for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the same thing, get away from the TV.
Just too close, just too close. So in trying to pay attention to things like this, we're looking at the tablets, we're looking at the phones, we're looking at laptops. What are some of the symptoms we need to pay attention to?
Well, the good news is that none of this technology has been proven to actually damage our eyes.
Okay.
But now we're spending about 7.5 hours a day looking at some sort of a screen, like you said, our tablet, our phone, our computer.
Right.
And with extended use, we can certainly get some discomfort. So things like dryness, eye strain, tension headaches, just uncomfortableness.
So now, when it comes to tension headaches, I just thought that was like a stress thing. Is not necessarily?
Well, stress can cause headaches, that's for sure. But when it comes to screens, more what we're talking about is the brightness. So when you have a bright white background with dark print, that actually causes the muscles on the side of our eyes over here to spasm.
Right.
And I think we all know headaches right here, that's a tension headache.
All right, well, tell me more about dry eyes. How can looking at screens like this cause dry eye?
Every time you blink, your eyelids spread fresh tears over the surface of your eyes. But when we're looking at something up close, so a screen, your phone, we only blink half as much as we normally do. So that means half as many tears on the surface of our eyes, and over that 7.5 hours a day, that can cause quite a bit of dryness.
Okay, so eye strain, you're talking about eye strain. How do I know if I have eye strain?
Well, eye strain is really just a fatigue of the muscles in and all the way around your eyes. When you're looking at something up close, say like within arm's length, all of those muscles need to flex to keep your vision clear.
Right.
Over time, with extended use, those muscles just get tired. And the things that you can look for, is just feeling like you maybe need to close your eyes and rest them for a moment. Or classic would be when you're checking your email and you notice that text is coming in and out of focus a little bit.
Right.
That is textbook eye strain.
Oh, so if I'm, because I realize I do that a lot, I'm having a hard time focus on what it is. I grab the reading glasses.
Sure, or maybe you blink a few times trying to get things back into focus.
And that's an eye strain issue.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's the big question then. What can I do to lessen the effects of technology on my eyes?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's actually pretty easy. There's a few things you can do. Number one is you want to make sure that you have the correct vision prescription, whether it's your glasses or your contacts. If you don't have a recent or proper prescription for you, you're really fighting an uphill battle.
Okay.
The second thing that you can do is adjust the contrast setting on your screen. And you can do this on almost any piece of electronics. So you don't want a real bright white background. You want more of a gray, and that's easier on your eyes.
Okay.
The third thing you can do is just make sure your computer is positioned properly. And this is a little bit low, but what you want is for that screen to be at least 20 inches from your eyes. More is better, but you want at least 20. You also want the screen to be a few inches below your eyes. So a good rule of thumb is that if the top of your monitor is at eye level or below, you're just fine.
Okay.
And then the last thing, and this is my favorite because it's so easy and it is so effective, is called the 20-20-20 rule. And so what that means is after 20 minutes of looking at your tablet or your computer, just look at something at least 20 feet away, whether it's down a hallway or out a window, just somewhere else, and leave your attention there for 20 seconds.
Okay.
That lets all of the muscles in your eyes and around them kind of relax, stretch out a little bit, and after 20 seconds, you're back to jump into your computer work.
I admit that I like to read in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm always up too close, aren't I?
Absolutely. Especially in bed. You tend to hold things right about there.
Wow. Dr. Catherine Miller, thank you so much for some valuable information.
No problem. Thanks again.
Stuff that I needed as well. If you'd like to learn more about Chesapeake Eye Center, including the effects of technology on our eyes, just go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the Show tab.